final product.
Or just sometimes what it's like to work with really emotional clients, as usually they are with oncology. A lot of times you get pretty highly attached owners. And
he normalized the love that people have for their animals and said, hey, it's okay to treat them for cancer, of course. You know, and then it's okay to feel bad when they die, of course.
Would you do me a favor and talk to Ashley for a minute? Okay, let me get her for you.
I feel so privileged and honored that I had that experience to work here and be a part of that pioneering emergence of two really amazing parts of veterinary medicine, you know, cancer treatment and grief.
We're going to get through this.
His optimism sprang out of the ground at the springtime of his career, during a time when animals weren't treated for cancer. But Steve imagined a different world, full of possibilities, and he was willing to explore the unknown to look for them.
When you see it coming out the bottom hole, plug it.
There's always something you can do. He taught us that because he's always willing to find something to do no matter what. I mean, even towards the end of her journey. He lovingly said, you know, I'll build a bridge between those two bones if I have to. You know, if we can, whatever we can do, we'll do it.
Now this will be put in the leg, and this will attach towards the elbow, and this will attach towards the toes. And this will be the new leg then.
It was exciting to see it work. You know, you couldn't believe that it was actually possible to take a piece of bone out, put another piece of bone in, put a plate across the joint in the bone, and expect the dog to walk away from it.
You know, it's conversations like, you know, how many ribs can we take off? And then we've kind of found those numbers because we've pushed the envelope there, and we've seen some of the problems you get when you get a large tumor on the chest wall that has to come off. But it's because we had cases that needed something.
I'll make a big hole, you close it. All right, good.
Steve probably stresses the anesthesia and critical care services more than any other surgeon because he does these outlandish surgeries, you know, takes off half the face or half the pelvis, or, you know, has these incredible things that no one else will even try. Heroic surgeries. He makes you feel like part of the team.
You're magic.
Collegiality, congeniality, and collaboration all mixed together to create a unique culture at the Animal Cancer Center.
We're moving a little faster than normal. Get your jammies on, get that leg off.
People at the ACC feel fortunate to be a part of this culture, and they thrive on the immediacy and chaos that seems to follow in his wake.
Oh, we got a hole back there.
He gives a person a job that he knows they can do, whether they know they can do it or not, and then he lets them do it. That just keeps moving things out of his way so he can move forward. When he's on the clinic, the hospital crackles with enthusiasm.
Yeah, Dad's here. Dad's here.
It's like, yeah, I got to go to work today. You know,
how many people are that lucky to
yeah.
have that and have a mentor like that that makes you feel like you're part of something?
Lung parameters are dependent on the disease itself, so granulomatous lung with hilar node.
And of course, there have been so many who have come into this culture, learned, and gone off to move Steve's story forward in new directions. The portraits of his many fellows and residents proudly adorn the Wall of Fame outside his office.
So we're going to put a title above all of the kids that have graduated from the program. Vision is planting a tree under whose shade you may never sit. I probably stole that from somebody.
Showed me that there really is no limit in what you can do, and you have to push that limit, because if you want to really succeed in this disease, we will have to push our limits.
Pleasure and an honor to bestow this Lifetime Achievement Award to a true giant in veterinary medicine.
He's made us people who are not afraid to take some risks and be responsible for our actions. I'm touched beyond belief and humbled by the company that I keep up there.
The best day so far. Do it again. Do it.
I think the hardcore belief is in this place and what our mission is. And I think the reason that we, you know, and I say we, it's a lot of the people that have been here for a long period of time, or people that come here that want to be here, is because he kind of started that and continued to build that culture and made the foundation of what it is.
Would this be a good environment for him to work?
Oh, absolutely.
Yes, okay.
They're a fun bunch.
No pressure, Bits.
The culture is really huge, and it's based on advancement of knowledge, the best care for the patient, and equally importantly, compassion and service.
As a pet owner, he's not sure he wants to do much. This is just his conversation. This isn't necessarily mom, so we have to blend the two here right now.
As a leader and a teacher, Steve's also changed the lives of countless veterinary students fortunate to be in rounds with him, and fortunate to have been taught to ask why.
Why do animals not have much colorectal? I mean, it's really rare for us.
Drawing a composite of Steve Withrow wouldn't be complete without talking about his volunteering at Sky High Hope Camp, a camp for kids with cancer and their siblings.
Steve provides the central energy of camp. If you were to do a family tree of Sky High Hope Camp of volunteers, Steve Withrow would be the top of that tree where it all started. I'm stuck in Folsom Prison, and time keeps dragging on. Steve co-founded the camp, and each year he goes back to renew his vows, so to speak, to his personal commitment to the cancer battle. It's one of the places he goes to get a grasp on his why, and it helps us to understand just how he's been able to do all that he has done.
It really was a pivotal event to go to that cancer camp, and it really did start my career in cancer surgery. And that experience, as well as just working with Steve every day on the clinic and just seeing the passion, and he really lit a fire in me, and obviously I've dedicated my entire career to that path, and so it was quite a life changer for me.
The fact that we are all accepted here is because Steve accepts everyone, and so his spirit is what this camp embodies. That's why it is what it is.
That's a problem.
I never thought that I would meet a world-class cancer researcher doing dishes at a camp in the foothills of Colorado. And I certainly never thought that that relationship and the opportunities of that would transfer itself to where I am today.
Steve keeps it real. He keeps it simple.
If you do succeed, don't be startled.
And he keeps us focused on the why.
Both are cancer survivors and living proof that translational research saves lives.
I think has been his mantra all his life is there are no barriers. That includes what we do up at camp. That includes, I think, what he does in the veterinary world and his ability to push things beyond that into the human side. There are no barriers.
What we're hoping for.
He's been such an example of putting your heart and your soul into something that you believe in, but also something that's going to help others and make the world a better place to be.
Hi, Kinsey!
And that would be the one thing that I would say is Steve Withrow's most striking characteristic, his huge heart and his willingness to help out. The Veterinary Teaching Hospital, of course the Animal Cancer Center, certainly the College of Veterinary Medicine, Colorado State University, every one of those organizations is a far better place because of Steve Withrow.